Alright, so this is my finalized prototype. Pretty much, I'm happy with the visual design. I think it's pretty simple and it goes really well for the kind of feel I'm trying to get. Going into create an account, everything on here is clickable. You get to any of these word boxes and it brings you to a keyboard, which is important obviously, the state clickable, the month clickable, making that your default payment is definitely something that you would do when entering a credit card, and that's what's going to trigger your credit card use for any purchase you make. Get started. Going into here, it shows you the map where the ice cream truck is, where your house is over here. Any account information, you can edit all of this. So it would bring up edit your account, which is pretty much like the original screen. Sorry. Log in. Back to the home page, you go here and you place an order. That pattern is the same here, here, and here. Same pattern to kind of, make it feel like this is repeating, this is the same thing. It's easily identifiable. Going into the place an order. So this is where I was confused. Like, I didn't know if I was supposed to make every single option clickable. I know in the beginning we had to have a certain number of flavors and we had to add in some of the novelty things. I didn't want to, it's practically impossible to make every single thing. That's like a way too many options, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So I keep it simple here, number of options. You can change the number of scoops. You could change what kind of cup you wanted in. One scoop in a regular cup instead of a waffle cup. The cone, obviously you're getting it in a cup. You don't need to choose a cone option. The toppings, it automatically kind of selects that for you. So basically in this, my biggest question is, am I supposed to trim this down to just 2 options? I mean, I know it shows that my app is scalable, having it this big, but just wondering. You can add it to your order, add a popsicle, whatever. It automatically updates to the cart. Then here you can edit the order. We'll get rid of that option. The only reason I don't have these options clickable is because I think it better demonstrates the flow of the app if you just kind of guide the user through it and have just one thing automatically taken out. My order's placed, so I like that this is very detailed. It goes through, have the driver scan this, that's how you verify your identity, check the home page to track the truck, and then your order's placed with the default credit card. So that's why in the login page that's important. A random SKU number, the X marks that spot there. The calendar, I thought the calendar was important. I know during my feedback it wasn't super popular, but I think that having this option just to kind of show in general when the truck's going to be out, when people should expect it, I think that that's a good added feature. I know that on here I included the today's hours as part of my feedback. That was something that I noticed. People wanted to know how late the truck would be out on that home page. This is just an overall reference. The order history, add that. This I'd probably like to do more with, but reordering is easy. You can just pretty much order exactly what you had, what you liked, all of that. And then the same screen pops up for the place order. I think the app is very straightforward, and that's one thing that I like about it, and I think that most of the users that I tested liked about it. There wasn't a lot of confusion. The biggest confusion was with the ice cream cone that used to be here. Nobody understood that it was supposed to be like a shopping cart type deal. I changed it to a shopping bag, which is a little more universal and people understand it better. So that's like the biggest improvement I made. But in general, I was wondering, like, should every one of these be clickable for this particular module, or should I leave it as is? I think as is, it offers a bunch of different options. but I like that it kind of guides you through the process here. It shows you what you can select. I also darkened the little dots in there to show that it's selected, because prior to that they were a darker green. They were this color green on this order bar here, and it wasn't different. It wasn't different enough from the background circle, and that's where a lot of people were getting confused. Is this actually selected or not? So I really tried to make this more, everything stand out a little bit more, and I think that it works pretty well. I think that the entire app as a whole is nice. It's very simple. Adding these guiding lines was a big thing in my feedback, and at first I was hesitant to do so, but it really creates those nice patterns that we talked about last week. The guiding lines really show the user where they're expected to go and what to do once they get there. And that's really all I have. Thank you.